everybody, what's up fam? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and boy do I have a doozy for you. A Black Lives Matter advocate who's also an anti-bully activist was arrested at 10:45 p.m. on November the 10th for pushing an elderly Trump supporter down to the ground, causing him to hit the back of his head onto the pavement. Shakiras Lawyer, who's 23 years old, is a Black Lives Matter protester from Brooklyn, New York, and she's also a member of an anti-bully movement. Let that sink in for a second. Miss McLaurin physically assaulted a 74-year-old white male by the name of James Durkin from Manhattan, New York. The incident occurred on the corner of 5th Avenue and 55th Street, which is about a block away from Trump Towers. Now, why that is relevant is because there was a group of anti-Trump protesters in front of Trump Towers protesting against the election. I don't know. I know ignorance is bliss to some people, but is it really that blissful? Because it just seems painful to be that dumb. But anyway, the altercation reportedly began when Shakira, who's a Hillary Clinton supporter, yelled, "Black Lives Matter" at the crowd of Trump supporters. The 74-year-old elder yelled back, "All lives matter." And upon doing so, he was immediately confronted by Shakira, where a verbal dispute occurred. During the argument between the two, Shakira pushed the 74-year-old elder down onto the ground. Mr. James Durkin received an open wound to the back of his head along with complaints of pain and dizziness. He was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. Shakiras McLaurin was arrested by New York police and charged with 2 counts of assault. One is a felony count and the other one is a misdemeanor. You know, this is the reason why I uploaded that video 2 days ago discussing self-defense. Here you have this big fat elephant who's supposed to be an activist for anti-bullying. Out of all of the white folks she see in the crowd, she picks the oldest, thinnest, frailest one in the bunch and push him. He didn't put a hand on her. He didn't even threaten her verbally, but she assaulted him. Now, of course, as I go on with this story, you'll see how she portrays herself as a victim. I tell you, the jokes write themselves. Now, listen. Once the president of Black Lives Matter from New York found out about the story, she tried to do damage control. Now, listen to this written statement that she makes. Now, this is the president from the Black Lives Matter chapter out of Greater New York. Listen to these lies. Get ready, because now here come the lies, all right? She and a friend walked past the protest in front of the Trump Tower several blocks away. Now, that was a lie. It was only a block away. A Trump supporter began verbally assaulting the women, assuming that they attended the protest. Well, if she is a Black Lives Matter activist, I'm sure she didn't walk right by the protest. I'm sure she went in there, had her little dump Trump, Trump's not my president. I'm sure she participated before she got a little hungry and decided to walk to McDonald's, but I digress. All right. That was mean, but I don't care. A Trump supporter began verbally assaulting the women, assuming that they attended the protest. He followed the women for 2 blocks, hurling insults at them, and even used the terms black beast and ignorant. I concur. I agree with it. If he really said that, I think he was telling the truth. Instead of assisting the women, they were placed under arrest. It wasn't women. She was the only one who was placed underneath arrest because she was the one who pushed this man. She assaulted him. it gets even better than this, because now we're going to go to the arraignment. So at her arraignment, Shakiras' lawyer insisted that her client struck Mr. Durkin after he mistaken her for a protester, followed her, and harassed her for several blocks. Okay, here's the lawyer's name. Lawyer Victoria Brown Douglas. Now, I want you to see the similarities between Miss Victoria Brown Douglas and Attorney Crump. And those of you who have watched my previous videos know that Attorney Crump is the one who started that whole hands up, don't shoot nonsense, okay? Now, listen to this lie. All right, so Shakira lawyer, Miss Brown Douglas, told Manhattan criminal court judge Wright that Shakira McLaurin had just left a performance at the Plaza Hotel when Mr. James Durkin started hurling insults at her. Shakira's lawyer told the judge, ready for this? It's a doozy. Shakira's lawyer told the judge that James Durkin called her a nigger and a black beast while following her for 4 blocks. Now, at first it was supposed to be 2 blocks because that's what the president of Black Lives Matter said, and now the lawyer had upped it up to 4 blocks. I mean, if you guys are going to lie, could you meet together and collaborate your lie to, so therefore we don't have different stories to this? Because the Black Lives Matter, and you would think out of all the people to mention the N-word, you would think that the president of Black Lives Matter would say something like this, right? Oh, no. See, the lawyer wants to portray Shakira as a freaking victim, but honey, she's not. Oh, no. She is not a victim, not at all. Now, since she admitted to the court that, as was the police, to pushing Mr. Durkin down, the prosecutor did not object to releasing her on a signature bond. So, and it's a clear-cut case, because once she admitted to actually committing the crime, there's no way she's going to be found innocent. Now, I don't know what method they're going to go for. I don't know if she's going to try to do a plea bargain. That's possible. Or if she's going to try to play the victim card by pleading innocent pleading not guilty in front of a jury, and after admitting to violating the law, want to play this "he called me a nigger and a black beast" card. These are words, honey. He's 74 years old. You will never win this case. I hope they give you a good maximum sentence. I want these people to pay for the stuff that they do. Anyway, while being interviewed by the police, Shakira said, "Yes, I pushed him. He's a faker. He wasn't pushed hard enough to fall. It took him a long time to fall." That made absolutely no sense. Now, here's where the misdemeanor assault comes from. "I did tell him that if he keeps following me, I will fuck him up." Yeah, and she's an anti-bully activist, folks. Jokes write themselves. While leaving her arraignment hearing, Shakira told reporters, all right, here we go. Cue the violin, ready? Because we're about to get the sob story. "People have been calling me all different kinds of names, portraying a story in the news that's just definitely not me. It's not who I am. I'm a God-fearing woman." Why do black folks do that? Hold on. Why do black folks involve God when you get arrested? Why is God relevant after you get caught? See, you never mention God before you commit the crime, but after you get caught and after you go to jail, then you love God. or you're a God-fearing woman, or God is somewhere in that sentence to make you seem like you are such a kind person. Listen, you are a hypocrite. This is something black people do all the time. I never seen white people do this. I never seen Hispanics do this. I never seen Latinos. I never seen Asians. Only black folks involve God. They get extra Christian when they go to jail, or when they are arrested, or when they are in court. And I asked my Christian subscribers, I said, hey, does this really work? Remember the Terrence Crutcher situation where his sister said, she lied about him being a pastor. So we found out that was a big lie. But then she said he was a God-fearing man. And I said to myself, does that work? I mean, does that really work? Do y'all give him a pass for all of the transgressions they have made against society and other law-abiding citizens? And every last one of y'all said no. So I don't know why these people, especially idiots like this, she's a Black Lives Matter activist, and she has the nerve to be an anti-bully advocate, but she's going to bully an elder white man. She's 23 years old. He's 74 years old. She is big as a fucking Mack truck, an 18-wheeler truck. And this elder man, he's thin and frail. Okay? She's clearly the bully here. Let me continue reading her little sob story. Here we go with the moralize. I don't promote violence. And it was never my intention, nor did I ever assault him. Bitch, you just said you told the police that you pushed him. And you even, people have seen you push him. It's their video footage of you pushing him. It's called assault. How is it that when y'all commit crimes, you actually don't know the definition of the crime? You assaulted him. But listen to this, because here come the jokes now. After she said that she never assaulted him, I, in fact, was the person that was assaulted. Where? In reverse world? I speak out against any form of violence. Oh, God. So it's so hard for me to do this without rolling my eyes. It's something that I don't tolerate. So I will speak out against it always. Yeah, you speak out against it, but you don't practice what you preach, heifer. All right, cue in the violin music again. Here we go. This is the last part of her sob story. I had to spend numerous hours in a prison cell. I was very uncomfortable. This is not my lifestyle. I cried and cried and cried. I was really hurt because I knew that this situation wasn't my fault. I asked God, why was I even put in this predicament? What I hate about this generation here, this bitch right here in this generation, the refusal to be responsible for your own actions, lack of accountability. You pushed an elder man down, your big ass, your big hefty ass at the age of 23. Pushed a 74-year-old elder down on the ground. It takes four of him to make one of you, but yet still you're the victim? You're the one who's assaulted? Here's the irony of all of this. Ready for this? Sarah McLachlan made headline news when she was brutally beaten by 5 teenage girls from her high school in Brooklyn back in 2011. The females beat Shakira in attempts to prevent her from participating in the school's talent show. She suffered a bruised jaw and partial hearing loss in her left ear after the attack, which made national headline news. Shortly after her release from the local hospital, Shakira joined an anti-bullying group called Stomp Out Bullying. Oh, the jokes write themselves. A few years later, she became the leading spokesperson and ambassador for the group. She toured nationwide on behalf of Black Lives Matter and Stomp Out Bullying as an activist against bullying. Although dozens of people were taken into custody Thursday night, Shakira McLaurin was the only person arrested. And you know why she was the only person arrested? Because she was the only one who assaulted someone else. Here's the thing. I totally believe the police report of the witnesses that said she walked by a group of Trump supporters and yelled Black Lives Matter. And I believe that she got triggered when she saw this frail, elderly white male. Remember, it's an emphasis to put, because this is a hate crime. I don't know why, and I think something needs to be done about this, why they won't call this what it is. Because she said Black Lives Matter. He said all lives matter. She's a 500-pound black woman. He is probably a 140-pound white man soaking wet who's 74 years old. Okay? So why is it that when she comes and confront him, all that man said was all lives matter? That's all he said. So that warrant him to be assaulted by this wildebeest? Really? And this is not a hate crime? And I think anytime a Black Lives Matter advocate, or she's an official member of Black Lives Matter, whenever they attack a white person, it should be considered a hate crime. Why is she not charged as a hate crime? Because, first of all, I have been raised to respect my elders, okay? I may have had a bad childhood, but I had a childhood where I was taught to respect authority and respect my elders. I would never, unless I'm protecting myself from an attack, but I would never, I don't give a fuck what comes out of their mouth. I would never put my hands on someone who's 74 years old. I can always walk away. I'm from the generation of sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. I come from that generation. This generation here, this is the safe space. This is hurt my fifis. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, give me a safety pin. I need to feel safe. This is the most pussified generation I have ever seen, and I don't even think they're gonna make it past 30 years old. I just don't. I think they're gonna suck on a Glock 17 and just pull the trigger. That's what I think. Or maybe a Ruger 45 or something like that. I don't know. AR-15, whatever. I just don't see them staying here long because they are weak as water. But the thing, I have a problem with black people attacking white people, and it's not considered a hate crime. But if a white person or white individuals attack a black person, then it's considered a hate crime. It's racially motivated. I can't stand hypocrisy. And remember, folks, I'm the bully's bully. I don't like to see people who can't defend themselves get picked on by those who use that as an advantage to terrorize them physically or verbally. It doesn't matter. And this is the reason why I posted that video up 2 days ago. I really need you all to take that video seriously. Okay? It's time to learn how to defend yourself. Please, I am begging you. Yes, Trump is in office. Yes, he is in office. But that doesn't mean you have to sit down and be like, I don't have to do any work no more. No. These people are angry. And they're going to feel the need to be physically confrontational. And you need to be ready for this. Now, if you want to stay in your house and you feel that you'll never encounter this and you just want to wait this out, then that's on you, boo. But I'm talking about for the rest of you who may go out and you may say something like all lives matter. There's no need for this man to be hit because he said all lives matter. I wore a Trump shirt. I'm a black woman wearing a Trump t-shirt the day after he won. And I got some dirty looks, but didn't know. No one messed with me. No one physically came up to me. Honey, I wish they did. I had a six-pack of whoop ass right in my back pocket. But I digress, because here's the thing. I don't give off the aura or the energy that I'm somebody you want to mess with. And I think you all can have that same energy when you know how to defend yourself. Now, this guy was 74 years old, pretty frail. He's not a big guy. And in his case, perhaps he couldn't defend himself. But I got a neighbor who's a Vietnam vet, who's older than him. And let me tell you, you definitely don't want to fuck with Sarge, okay? Let me just, I hate it. But if those of us who know how to defend ourselves see something like this, we should get involved to defend those who can't defend themselves. If I was there and I saw this big wildebeest coming towards this elderly man, I definitely would have stood right behind him to let her know I got his back, to let her know he's not alone. You're not going to bully him. You're not going to assault him without me beating your ass and defending him, okay? And this is like, or let's say for instance, we'll say white people don't want to do the whole physical confrontation thing. Well, this is where your pepper spray or your air horn comes in. See how my video is so relevant to this? Folks, just be careful. Be careful, and let's understand that it's not over. It's not over. This situation like this really infuriates me. I don't like hearing this. I don't like hearing this for several reasons. This is a Black Lives Matter advocate. Right there, she's automatically my enemy. I don't like that. Two, I don't like when elders are disrespected. I hate that. I have so much respect for my elders. I don't like to see them get picked on or bullied. An elder was bullied by an anti-bullying activist. How crazy is this? I don't like to see things like this. And the last thing is that I don't like the fact that this is not considered a hate crime. I don't like that these Black Lives Matter individuals or anybody black attack white people because they white and according to a lot of Negroes in the black community could be considered weak. This has to stop. This has to stop. And I think maybe I need to check into it. Maybe I need to really see how come this is not considered a hate crime and called out for a hate crime. Maybe I need to take on this mission too, because I hate seeing this. I'm tired of seeing it, and it needs to be prosecuted as hate crime instead of just regular crimes against individuals, because it's really racially motivated as far as I'm concerned. But let me just be quiet. I gotta put it this way. This is a messed up story, but I have another story which is going to be amusing coming up next. So this is Tree from treeoflogic.com. If you are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. If you like this video, hit the like button. You see I'm doing this now. A lot of y'all like, Tree, you're supposed to start saying that. So I'm gonna start saying it. So subscribe, hit the like button if you like this video, and I will see you next time. Later, taters.